What is up, everyone? Matt back for another real review, and today I am here to talk to you about none other than Karate Kid Legends. While we know there has been a Karate Kid renaissance over the last 5 to 9 years, um, Karate Kid is back with the two legends we know, bringing together the Jaden Smith film and the classic trilogy, and we get Karate Kid Legends starring Ben Wang, who honestly, I'll say this up front, is the best part of the film. I'm a big Cobra Kai guy, and when I heard they were making another Karate Kid film, I was like, huh, this could be interesting. I wonder how Karate Kid ties, or I wonder how Cobra Kai could tie into this. Well, for those Cobra Kai fans who are here looking to know about that, I'll say this right off the top. There is no evident connections to Cobra Kai outside of one that is in the mid-credit scene, so make sure you stay to see that. But yeah, I was kind of expecting a little bit more. I will say this, shockingly, I love the first half of this film. The first half of this film is interesting. It flips the Karate Kid formula on its head, and I dig it. However, when our two former franchise stars really get involved with the story, is kind of where I felt this film begins to fall apart. And that sucks to me because honestly, I'm a really big fan of the Jaden Smith Karate Kid film. And I'm a massive fan of the first Karate Kid, and I'm a decent sized fan of Karate Kid 2. And I loved Cobra Kai, original YouTube Prime or YouTube Red member watcher for those who know how far back it goes. But yeah, I was fairly disappointed because I expected to have more fun with those two up there, and it feels like we get moments of it, but the actual here the tournaments in the Karate Kid films have always been quick. It felt like the tournament sequence was over, even though it was like the last half hour of the movie. It felt like it was over in 5 minutes. I mean, it was rough. Are there some cool visuals and graphics to try to keep your attention going? Yeah, but I felt like this movie was cut together for a crowd who can't sit through movies that are more than an hour and 15 minutes long. Keep in mind, this movie is just under an hour and 40 with its credits. So to be at, well, hour 24, 25, I think it was what it was without its credits. I wanted more. There was times it felt like it was going at such a breakneck speed that I didn't get a chance to breathe and really take in the story. And I also felt like Ming-Na Wen, who plays Ben Wang's mother, was wasted. Like, I didn't know why she was there other than to be like, I don't want you to do karate. There was like no mother and son relationship going on there. When you finally get a semblance of it, it's meh. And I get that part of it is because she and Ben's character, Lee, his name's Lee. She and Lee are grieving the loss of his brother, her other son, but like it just there was like it felt like it was more of a we're just living together and I happen to be calling her mom than it felt like an actual mother and son relationship. I will say the supporting cast of Joshua Jackson, and her name is Sadie, and I hate myself that I'm forgetting her last name, so I got to check this real quick. Sadie Stanley, they were great. They were Mia and Victor Lapani. Victor owns a pizza shop. That was fun. I liked that story, and that's kind of where you get this portion of the story where it is flipped on its head. And I won't go too deep into that because I want you guys to see that for yourself. But I had fun with that portion. But unfortunately, that last half hour or so, it just kind of fell apart. And I hate that because I was really digging the vibe up until then. Uh, the characters aren't really well written outside of Li Fong, Mia, and Victor. I felt like they were all paper thin. I wanted more Mr. Han. I wanted less Daniel LaRusso, and that's saying a lot considering what I got from him with Cobra Kai. But I feel like Sony saw the opportunity to just cash in on the Karate Kid franchise because Cobra Kai was doing so well, and ultimately it didn't even get anywhere near the heights that Cobra Kai did. And I'm upset by that because I really, really wanted this to succeed and rebuild the Karate Kid franchise for the next generation. So that sucks. But Ben Wang will be a star. Sadie Stanley, who is finally getting a chance to come into her own after getting her start as the live action version of Kim Possible, and then later on in the Goldberg television series, is coming into her own as well. And I will love to see more of them. But if I'm giving this film a rating, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. I wanted to love this. I wanted more, and I felt like I was sold a false bill of goods. And it sucks, but what can you do? But with that, folks, that is it. I am Matt. This was our Karate Kid Legends review. Be sure to check out our sister channel, Watt Gaming, where all of our Twitch streams go to live. And be sure to follow our Twitch as well, which is twitch.tv/WattRealent, like it's spelled up there in that top corner. And until then, we will see you next time. Be on the lookout next week for my review of Ballerina, and that's Sunday for my review of How to Train Your Dragon. But until then, folks, signing off, I am Matt, and this was another Real Review. We'll see you next time.